that is multi-talented. Like, he can sing, he can dance, he can write, he's fucking smart as shit. Like, it's like, I think he's an amazing dude. An amazing man, hands down. Do you pray? I do pray, I think. I do. Praying is nothing more than thinking. Like, meditating is yeah. I do think. Not as often as I should, obviously. But that, well, I do. I can overthink things, but I lack the communication, the experience of communicating my thoughts. I lack that experience. Someone said, how have you been mentally since leaving? And I can tell you, I can feel the stress on my body just from being in a different environment. Like, I thought I was stressed there. I can feel it on my body in a different way. And that's the difference in, like, the EMFs. Like, being here, my body feels like I can, like I said, like, coming from the tropics, coming from an environment where people want to grow and try and grow, I can feel the difference, and I can feel the tension in my body. I can feel the pains in my body in different areas because of the EMF that I put myself into. So it was beautiful it was beautiful and a little painful to see the difference from coming from a certain EMF into another one. I can see the differences. You slump, baby. Someone says, but Chief yells and cusses when he gets mad, though. He's a hypocrite. No, that's okay. So that was terribly. This is a Q&A, okay? You should have formulated that into a question instead of calling someone a name. You called them a hypocrite, and you made an assumption as well. Like, you gotta ask questions in a more respectful way. Yeah. I can teach you that. I'm learning that too. But no, y'all don't. That's not the truth. He does sit down with us. He does sit down with anybody. If he feels like if he's getting out of, he does sit down, and he does have articulate conversations with people to come to a solution. Not a hypocrite. He doesn't. He's evolved way past that. No. He doesn't do that. Someone said, this is going to be the last question because the other questions are terrible. Were we making your ass itch before you apologized to Chief? Hell yeah. Before, I didn't really read my messages like that before. Y'all definitely made my ass itch before. Like, yes. Yeah. It was worse than, like, a thumb in the ass. Like, yeah. Y'all make my ass itch regardless. The trolls, y'all definitely make my ass itch. Like right now, like, I feel like I want to scratch it, but no, I don't. Not yet. Maybe when I, put the camera down, I'll scratch my ass, but yeah. Yes. Last question. Peace.
Well, we make old girl ass itch. That's good to know.
Bless you. What's going on? I'm pinning a comment. What's up, y'all? Alright, it's a real nigga moment. It's a real nigga moment. A real nigga moment. Me. What emoji do I want to use? I'm terrible with emojis. I'm terrible with emojis. I'm gonna use a peacock. How about that? I'm feeling beautiful. I'm feeling amazing. I'm feeling prosperous. I'm feeling evolved. Unlocking jeans. All that. I'm gonna do a Q&A after this, but I want y'all to hold all y'all questions and shit for when I open a Q&A, because I do want to do a Q&A after this. But yeah, it's a real nigga moment. Yeah, she's right here. Her baby girl is right here. If y'all get crazy in the comments, I'm gonna turn the comments off, point blank period. I want to let y'all converse amongst yourselves, but if y'all get disrespectful, like, I can't allow that. My baby right here too, like, don't fuck with her subconscious mind. Don't do that. Be respectful. Keep it respectful. Yeah. So, it's a real nigga moment because I want to apologize, but I really want y'all to understand the real of the situation. And I don't feel like y'all really understand that I'm growing. I'm evolving as a person. And the way I handled things with carbonation was not appropriate at all. I want you to really understand that. Like, that is not okay. That is not how you're supposed to handle your feelings, or when you feel disgruntled. That's not how you're supposed to handle that at all. That was completely wrong. Like, I blew all the way up to an extremely dysfunctional and unhealthy way, and that was unacceptable. I want y'all to really recognize that. Like, I got y'all online thinking that News a bitch ass nigga, but why would I want a bitch ass nigga? You see what I'm saying? I know that he's that nigga, and that's why I made the video. But it's like things that we do, we subconsciously emasculate our men, and shit is wild. It's not acceptable. The way I handled things was completely unacceptable, and I want y'all to understand. That comes from, like I said, I'm evolving. That partly comes from me not understanding my own femininity. So, a feminine, like, I'm like, and I had to ask, I'm like, okay, so what is femininity? Like, I don't get what you're saying. I am feminine, nigga, I'm a woman. Like, that's how I'm looking at it, and that's not real. You can be a woman and you can be masculine as fuck. Alright, I said hold y'all questions, hold y'all comments to the end. Let's do that. I'm gonna turn off the comments because y'all doing too much. Okay, so like I was saying, it's like, you gotta understand, like, you can be a woman, but you can still be masculine as fuck. And I'm thinking just because I'm a woman, I'm feminine. That's not the real, and that's not true. It's like, a woman with the problems and the issues I've had, and I'm gonna explain. Okay, before I get into that, I want to explain something to you. I call that shit a cult. I call carbonation a cult because if certain things weren't to change, then that would be an unhealthy group. But the difference between an unhealthy group, a cult, and an actual group and an actual family is that they make changes. they're able to grow. A cult will bash you when you feel a certain type of way. A cult would do all of the unhealthy way of how a family should accept each other and how we should grow together. That's the difference between a cult and a family. And carbonation, my family, they make changes. It may not be in the most functional and respectful way, but we do make the changes. We never stay stagnant and in a place to where we don't see the reality of a situation where we're unable to grow. But like I was saying, femininity is like, a feminine energy is a more passive energy. So me being masculine and not understanding my femininity, I could bring an issue. I could bring something that I could see could be better, not even just an issue, something that I could see that could be better and grow in growth. And say it in a way that comes off really harsh. Or if I don't see the change immediately and it doesn't happen when I want it to happen, then what? Then what happens? Instead of coming at it in a feminine way and allowing, a feminine energy is more allowing. Instead of allowing, I perform in a masculine way. I act in a masculine way and try and force the change. Try to create that change and be controlling. That's the masculine energy, controlling, where the feminine energy is more passive. So thank you, Chief, for explaining the difference between feminine and masculine. Because yeah. So I get it. But yeah, so I came at it in a more masculine way instead of allowing. And then when the change occurred, because the change always happens because we're constantly growing. We're not stagnant people. That's why we're the elite, because we're not stagnant. We change and we evolve into something better always. Don't get it twisted. Always. Y'all looking at this shit as a dead end. Y'all looked at Palenque as a dead end, but it's not a dead end. It's like we're just, because we're not handling things in the most constructive way, we're Sparta kicking each other down the righteous path, and it look crazy, but it always comes out to be something more beautiful and something more developed and something more evolved. So don't get it twisted. Carbonation is still official, and we've made the proper changes to the point where we understand that the way that we've been handling our problems and our dysfunctionality things was inappropriate. I've recognized that. I've been one of the main people that have shown growth and change as in a dysfunctional way. I showed that I'm very sensitive to criticism, and because of that, I'm punching niggas when they like, do this, do it the right way, and I'm turning around like, nah, fuck you, don't talk to me. Like I'm doing it in an extremely dysfunctional way. Versus the changes that were made is sitting down and having a conversation, like talk. One of the 3 C's is one of the 3 C's that communication is something that I'm supposed to come into. As a Libra North node, one of my things is diplomacy. One of my areas of growth is diplomacy. I'm really harsh. I'm really fucking harsh. I'm mean. I don't know if y'all recognize that. I can be really fucking mean in the way that I talk. So don't get it twisted. Y'all be like, oh, joy is sweet, joy is sweet, joy is sweet. And y'all always saying joy is real. Tori's real. Yeah, I'm real. And I can say the real in a wrong fucking way. Really wrong. And that's not right. So being there, I'm learning diplomacy, and the 3 C's communication. I'm learning to communicate in a way that allows effective change. That communicates in a way that everybody in the room can understand and that everybody can get. Now, if I'm coming at you, wow, now I'm like, fuck you, fuck that, I don't like this, and blah, 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 I'm coming at you like that. Me. I'm gonna be like, who the fuck is you? What the fuck? Who the fuck is you? You know what I'm saying? And that's how it is. And I've grown in that area, so I understand that was a root of the dysfunction that was seen. That was one of the root problems of the dysfunction that was seen. And I could be like, I could create excuses for it all day long. Well, I felt like this, and I felt scared, I felt like that. But at the end of the day, I still have to be someone who can communicate even when I feel scared, even when I feel afraid. Because what is fear? False evidence appearing real. Come on. It's fear. You're still supposed to overcome those parts of yourself that need to grow in that time. And that's what I understand. I get it. Even though I'm scared or I feel like this, it's not real. It's not the reality of the situation. No one is trying to hurt me. And because of the traumas that I've experienced in my past, like a lot of y'all know, like I experienced a sexual assault. I experienced a dysfunctional family. A lot of us do come from dysfunctional families where there isn't proper communication, and we're not taught how to properly communicate. So what you see is me coming from a dysfunctional family into a family that's breaking generational curses and trying to be functional and evolving into that. That's what you see. But like I was saying, I've experienced trauma in my past coming from a dysfunctional family and the things, and my other experiences just evolving into the person I am now. I can think that people are out to get me and people are out to hurt me because that's what I've experienced. I've experienced pain. I've experienced pain being here, being in Babylon. I've experienced pain because no one truly wants to grow. Like I said, no one truly wants to grow. No one wants to acknowledge the real and the dirty and the grimy because out of fear. The same thing that I was experiencing and the same thing that y'all are seeing is the same thing that's happening in y'all family. Y'all see, we have family members that have experienced trauma and that'll act out in certain ways because they feel like everybody's out to get them, and they're afraid to tell you their experiences. They feel like they can't tell you their experiences. They feel like they're gonna get judged, or their mom came at them like, how many of y'all moms starting to punch you in your shit? How many of your moms did that? That may have not been the best way for your mother to communicate, but she still did it because you was acting out. We weren't taught, and that's what I'm saying. We're not coming from functional families, so we're growing into that. We actually changed to the point where we can communicate in an effective way. So I want you to understand the very thing y'all judging us for is the very thing that's going on in your family. But the difference is we've overcome it, and we're learning, and we've implemented those changes. You see what I'm saying? We've implemented those changes to handling things in a dysfunctional way into a very functional, constructive, and empowering way. And I'm proud to be a part of something as great as carbonation, because not only are we healing those parts of ourselves that nobody wants to talk about, nobody wants to address, but everybody wants to point the finger at we're healing that part of ourselves. I've healed that part of myself. I'm extremely grateful to be a part of something like that. We're getting down to the nitty gritty. It's not I'm not just talking to you about grounding. How much information do you need to understand grounding? You know that you need to connect to the earth and you'll get free electrons. Now, like I said, we get into the nitty gritty. The shit that nobody really wants to see, the taboo, that's what's being displayed because it's bigger than fucking grounding. It's your generational curses that are keeping you locked in your lower self. You feel me? You mad? Why you mad? Why you mad? Say, why you mad? You should be glad. We growing. Why you mad we growing? Huh? What's wrong with you? You should be happy. You should be like, damn, that's real. Why you mad? Tell me that. Why you mad that there's a group of people healing, my nigga? Healing generational curses, unlocking shit in their DNAs to be able to live how we were before the dysfunction. Yeah, that's what I want to say. Q&A. I apologize. I love y'all. I love me. And that's why I'm growing, and that's why I gotta give myself the best. Because y'all don't want to address your fucking problems. Okay? You don't want to change from your problems. I do. Alright, Q&A. Keep it respectful, or I'm not going to answer your question. Don't. Q. How do I put up the Q&A box, y'all? No, that's not what I do. Ask the questions, Q&A. Pinning a comment. Q&A. Post. I know, she don't look like me, y'all. I was like, oh my God, she look like me. I was so geeked. I'm like, oh my God, Nubia looks just like me. Yeah, yeah, she looks just like me. Goddamn, month 3, she started looking like new. I'm like, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute.